Roller skating is for kids, but roller derby is for tough women.
You don't really know the power of your body until you do something like roller derby.
It's the best thing on 8 wheels. I have pent-up aggressions and I can get it out.
With about 500 leagues in 16 countries, women's roller derby is growing around the world. In DC, the DC Roller Girls League is in its 6th season. 4 main teams. Around 80 women total, competing and practicing primarily at the DC Armory, with the occasional bout at the Dulles Sportsplex.
Roller derby is like an outlet for me. It's a way for me to get out of my normal day-to-day and beat people up for fun.
More than 50 women a year try out for the DC League. This year, only about 30 made it. Paula Brantner got turned down last year, so this year she tried again.
I became very determined to do this, and I started going skating every single day.
The hard work paid off. Brantner, a lawyer and executive director of a nonprofit, is now rock lobster and one of the oldest skaters in the league.
Taking up a new sport like derby at my age, in my 40s is, it's kind of scary, but, I feel like I can do it. I don't feel like, I've completely missed my prime or that it's beyond my capabilities.
And now derby fits snugly into her already packed schedule.
On the nights when there's not practice, sometimes I don't quite know what to do with myself because I'm just so used to, gathering up all my gear and my water bottles and heading to the armory. So I can see where it just becomes addicting for a lot of folks.
It's not just about the skating. There's a culture in roller derby. Call it machismo. It starts with the names. Once they make the league, skaters get to create their derby identities.
Someone said to me, "You don't choose your derby name, it chooses you."
Carol Wilkes calls herself Mini Vandal.
I got my name because I drive a cool minivan.
Their teams also have matcha names with a Washington twist. Scare Force 1, Majority Whips, DC Demon Cats, Cherry Blossom Bombshells. Dawn Sherman, an employee in the College of Education at the University of Maryland, goes by Aurora Borealis. Before derby, her busy life left little time for exercise.
Well, it got really, really hard to maintain an active lifestyle when you have a family and work and school to monopolize your time.
But then a student told her about local derby. After almost 8 months of practice, she got in. Her first stop, Meat Camp, an intensive 12-week training camp for new skaters, the Fresh Meat.
During Meat Camp, every week we focus on these minimum basic skills. So how do you skate properly in derby form, which is totally different from when you're skating at a local rink on a Saturday afternoon.
Like Brantner, Sherman is a skater on tap, a strong enough skater to make the league, but not yet drafted to a team. Though still developing her skills, she's got one thing perfected.
I like hitting people, and I'm good at it. If I'm on the track, especially early on during camp, they'll say, "Okay, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me." I'm like, okay, fine, I'll hit somebody else.
Injuries are common in roller derby.
I've broken a rib, I've torn my hamstring, and I've had a concussion.
Like I've thrown out my back, I've torn my meniscus.
And we all have the bruises and the lumps and all that kind of cool stuff.
So, safety is key, and skaters wear protective gear from head to toe.
Gaskets, knee pads, elbow pads, wrist pads, helmet, skates, and mouth guard.
It's not for show. We're not out there throwing punches just to throw punches because it's illegal. It's real. It's dirty, just like football and basketball.
Derby allows the women to step beyond expectations.
Women are supposed to be prim and proper and taking care of the home. You don't see a lot of girls just randomly hitting people. They need to get their aggression out somehow.
Empowering women, a goal of the league, is echoed by the skaters.
I wish every female could experience derby just once.
And it's a sport where all women stand a chance.
From the tiniest, fastest jammer to the biggest, toughest blocker, all kinds of women are doing derby and doing it really well.
Unlike many sports, the DC Roller Girls is a non-profit run by the skaters for the skaters, from fundraising to volunteer work.
You've got 80 really busy women who are trying to juggle skating with the rest of their lives.
often spending over 20 hours a week on Derby. It's almost a part-time job.
People wouldn't do that if they didn't love it. And it's just really, Derby saves your soul.
And the fans come out because they love it too.
We wish we were cool enough to be on the team, but we like to come here and talk about joining the team, and it gives us something to keep going.
It's action. It's an independent sports league. It's a lot of fun.
You get to beat someone up without any penalty. Well, I mean, there are penalties, but no jail time.
The girls are a lot of fun to watch, and it's amazing some of the things they do on roller skates that I don't think I could do without them on.
Now Sherman's daughter is ready to follow in her mom's footsteps and hit the track. She's looking forward to the crowd cheering her on.
I like when people look at me and think I'm really cool.
Sherman and Brantner are also gearing up for their own move into the spotlight when they get drafted to a team.
You're gonna see me this year on a team. That's my goal.
But drafted or not, one thing is certain for the skaters. Derby is here to stay.
There's so many things that you can take from it that make your life better.
In Washington, Annie Emberlin, Maryland Newsline.